What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Rewind. Bigger Ford Entertainment, Bryon the Grizzly. Let's get it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is up, people? What is going on? Welcome. We are here with another episode of The Rewind, Bigger Ford Entertainment, and my partner in crime, Bryon the Grizzly. Bryon, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
You're going to find me right here. No, you guys going to find me. You know, I'm 1/3 of Spoiler Kings. We go live Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturday nights. And then Saturday afternoons, we right here, man, having fun, talking about all these topics, hanging out with Nzo. This is the best part, man. Love it. Glad you guys
100%. Absolutely, guys. Hope you enjoy the show. Fernando, thank you for popping in. G Major, thank you for popping in. Mr. Danny Graham is in the house. Thank you for popping in. Much appreciated. We've got a lot of great topics that we're going to discuss today. So we are just going to get to it. Let's do it. All right, guys. So the first topic we have on the agenda is actually something that's, I think, a little bit close to heart when it comes to me and Bryon, and that is From. Now, it's a tentative release date, but it shows here that From season 4 actually has a little bit of a release date. So let's read it. It says fan favorite MGM Plus TV show From, starring Lost Harold Parnu, has been renewed for 4th season. Created and executive produced by John Griffin, the series unravels the mystery of a nightmarish town that traps all of those who enter. In season 3, in the wake of season's 2 epic cliffhanger, escape will become a tantalizing and very real possibility as the true nature of the town comes into focus and the townspeople go on offense against a myriad of horrors surrounding them. From is the most watched MGM TV series in the streamer's history. In addition to the renewal, we also know that the show will film and a projected debut debate. Keep reading to find more. Oh, okay. Well, so anyways, it has been confirmed that it'll basically premiere early September 2026. So my thoughts on that is probably sometime in February. What do you think, Bryon?
So I looked at a couple of articles on. I saw Screen Rant. I saw this one, and I looked at it. It says they're done filming and they're going in production, post production. Yeah, I saw you, Danny. Temporarily, only on Saturdays. Every other day you got them, but Saturdays, I still. Oh, but I do believe that we're gonna get something from them. When you look at the filming of everything, you look at the release dates of everything, and you also look at their history. The February just looks like the perfect time, right around on Valentine's Day. I'm sorry. I think that's what we're gonna get, and I think it's gonna be awesome. I cannot wait. From is, I don't know. It's a show that I started off with, like, probably midway season 1, or probably end of season 1, and I wasn't sure about it. And by the time I got to like episode 5, it was the only thing I cared about.
Facts. Listen, I wasn't going to watch a show called From. I seen it and I knew Harold was in it and I was like, yeah, don't care. But Perp Minded kept saying, yo, you got to watch From. You got to watch From. You got to watch From. So I decided to watch it. And from the first episode, I was hooked. I was involved. And I can't wait for season 4. And I'm glad that we don't actually have to wait too long. What has it been, a year? Almost a year and a half now since season 3 ended?
Yeah, about a year and a half. So I think it ended right around summer 2025? It was the beginning of 2025. So we're going to basically wait a year and get right to it. So this is good.
Yeah. Absolutely. And for those of you that like From, make sure to check us out because we will be doing From watch parties, From breakdowns, and all of that will be coming to a theater near you. So make sure to check it out.
I've been messaging people, private chatting people. I'm trying to get one of these stars on. We want to talk about From, guys. If you're watching it, hey, contact me. Look at your DMs. I've already done it.
Absolutely, 100%. I think From was really good for the channel as well because a lot of people came and started watching and interacted. So I think it's something that we will definitely be getting ready to. We're ready to watch. We're ready to see it now. You know what I mean? So let us know, guys, what you think. Are you guys interested in From? I know Danny's not, but but I think there are a few people in this chat that actually enjoy the show. And if you're not watching it, I think you will enjoy the show. So let us know what you think about From. Are you excited to it? Before we go on to the next topic, we'll get into a little bit of these comments real quick. Danny said, "What the hell, partner in crime?" Danny, you still my boy, bro. Don't hate. You know what I mean?
It's 7 days
hate.
in the week, bro.
Wow, he said I'm fired.
I was like, can't get mad at me right now. Like, come on, man.
You know what I mean? Collaborations are always good, homie. You still get the second chair no matter what. You know what I mean?
I have no problem.
Don't worry about that. What up, DQ? He said, woke up, I ate some pancakes. Hey, that's the point of this show. You grab your pancakes, bacon and eggs, your bowl of cereals.
And my bowl of cereal right here.
Facts. And you watch the rewind like we are the new Saturday morning cartoons. Absolutely. Now we got this hater over here. From can go back from where it came from. See what I did there?
You know why he's hating? Because it's all done in Canada. So that's why he's hating right now.
It's Canada, and Danny doesn't like good stuff. You know what I mean? He likes the Batman. So we're not going to do that.
Funny. That's so funny. You know he's going to hit you back about you.
That's fine. February is a good choice. Yeah, February is 100% a good choice. And I think, so From's going to come out. Then we're going to get Silo, Severance, right? These three shows are probably going to all come out in the same year. So we're definitely going to have some good TV coming next year.
I can't wait.
Absolutely. Haven't watched yet. Is it worth watching? 100%.
Be careful. No, I mean, I'm going to be, this is a public service announcement. You got to be very careful with From because you're going to start watching it. And then all of a sudden you're gonna look up and the sun's gonna be coming up, right? And then you realize you just been sitting there for the last 8 hours just watching From, and then you're gonna go to work and then come back home and think you're gonna take a nap and then to watch it From, and then you're gonna end up there for another day. You might go 2 straight days without going to sleep. Just letting you know.
Absolutely. Said I've been watching from day one. Absolutely, brother.
Taste, man. You got great taste.
Join us when we do our streams, man. Absolutely, because they're fun. And I think we break it down and we have some great theories on what's going to happen, which I'm trying to get all of them together. So
You've hit on a couple of these things.
Absolutely, 100%. Collector Movie Man, what's up? Thank you for popping in. He said, "Hey, both you guys, how you doing this morning? Just woke up a few minutes ago."
That's exactly what we want to do. Breakfast with the Spoiler King. Let's go.
100%. And Bigger Ford Entertainment, please, Fernando.
Always, Nzo. Come on, always.
A wise man told me something about bad news. Kaka, snooze fest, trash. Really, Danny?
Oh.
That ain't true. I like clearly Canadian water is fire. Yeah, that's about it. I can't wait for Solo to come back.
Dude, Silo is going to be so good. The books are great. But I like mystery box shows. You want things that are intrigue you. And that's the key.
Me too. I 100% agree with you. Danny said, I'm ready to see the show about a small group of people underground and they killed the president, played by James Madison. We're talking about Paradise. Yeah, we're ready for that too. I'm about to have some waffles for breakfast. Nice collector's movement. Again,
I want some waffles too, man. I just had cereal. I want some waffles now.
This is why we did the Saturday morning, so y'all could sit down and have some breakfast and watch the rewind. You know what I mean? So I appreciate everybody that coming in here, enjoying it with us. But we will be moving on to the next topic. So let's go. All right, let's do this. And let's switch it to this. Bryon, you are up.
Awesome, guys. So I don't know if you've seen any of our stuff that's going on from Spider-Man, all the casting announcements. We're starting to get some villains, and now we got the best one for me. I've enjoyed this most because the best Spider-Man to me is the Spider-Verse, right? Into the Spider-Verse. And then we have a villain from there playing the live action choice of him. So Tombstone has been casted as Marvin Jones III. What's his name? Crondon. Crondon is his rap name, but the fact that he is now officially Tombstone is amazing. So let's go ahead and read this. So while production on Spider-Man Brand New Day has been paused for a week after the star Tom Holland suffered a concussion on set, casting on the project continued as Marvin Jones III has been tapped for the role of Tombstone, sources tell Deadline. Reps for Sony declined to comment, and the reps for Marvel couldn't be reached. Jones comes to the new live-action Spider-Man after being tapped to voice Tombstone in Sony's animated Oscar-winning Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, as well as the threequel Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, which comes forthcoming. I'm sorry. As long as we know, Lonnie Lincoln, Tombstone is one of the New York's nastiest crime bosses, a Marvel villain who was a recurring foil for Spidey in the comics, created by Jerry Conway and artist Alex Savoy. The character was a hulky African-American albino with filed teeth and near indestructible skin. He first appeared on Web of Spider-Man 36 in March of 1988. I really wanted to grab that because I actually have that comic book.
Nice.
But we all know Lonnie Lincoln from other things, right? I mean, so you want the show, you have the movies, you have all the things for Spider-Man, but then, Marvin Jones was in Black Lightning. Black Lightning, I don't know if you guys saw. I know it's a CW show. People try to hate on CW shows. Black Lightning was amazing. It was great. A black family, a black superhero, trying to be positive in the neighborhood, along with the negativities that was going on. Even within the same community, it was perfect. And who he played, he basically was the same character. Tobias Whale was literally, he was basically his tough skin. He was super strong. He didn't age. He had bulletproof skin. He is the same exact guy. They hit this out of the park. This is a perfect casting. And all the people that don't think is good casting, no, they're sad.
No, wait, hold on. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
You are wrong.
It is 100% a good casting. The only thing I said was that because he was in Halo, and I think he gained a little bit of weight in Halo. So I'm like, if we're gonna do Tombstone, I think he needs to tone it down a little bit. But no, he's a great casting, 100%. Because I actually was like, oh, we're going to do this on the rewind. I'm going to go and grab some pictures. You know what I mean? So I started looking at the pictures. And while I'm looking at the pictures, I'm like,
yeah, he looks
okay. Yeah, he looks fine. He can do it. You know what I mean?
But Into the Spider-Verse based the character, the looks on his of the character on his looks. So that's why it's really hard to say it doesn't work, because they look at the eyes, all the stuff are based on him. He shaves his beard. They put a little Steve Harvey piece on him. He is Tombstone.
So let's not say, I'm not talking about his look. I'm more talking about his body wise look, right? His look is perfect. Albino, whatever. Yeah, 100% that works. I said his body wise. Because when you look at Tombstone, even in the Spider-Verse, he's kind of a slim, look like a businessman type of thing. But I'm at the point where now I like that could work. It could work with him. When I looked at some of the pictures, I was like, okay, yeah, I think I'm thinking a little bit too much about it, but at the same time, yes, 100%, he is Tombstone. I think it's going to be a great casting. Now, my only question to you, my only issue is, because we've been filming Spider-Man already, right? So how big of a role do you think he's going to have?
I just want more to be an introduction, because this is going to be starting to look at some of the villains. We're going to have multiple villains in this movie. So I think a lot of the stuff that they've been filming is the major pieces, things that him going on through New York, flying, whatever, doing this thing with the webs and all that stuff. I think they're doing major stuff. The villain part, I think, is going to be, they're going to have 6 or 7 different villains. And I think the real main villain is still going to be the Hulk. So none of that has been filmed yet. But you have other villains. For it to be grounded, you have to have those guys. And to make it feel Spider-Man, especially with all these other characters they're bringing in, you have to bring in Spider-Man known villains. And
no, I agree with you.
You can't, if you can't do some of the things that Sony's saying you can't use, then you might as well go with well-known comic book villains.
And I also think that when it comes to comic book villains, we need to get new iterations of these comic book villains that we haven't seen yet, right? So Tombstone is the perfect example. When it comes to X-Men, we need to get a Mr. Sinister, right? We need to start getting some of these villains that they haven't done in live action yet. So I am absolutely excited to see a Tombstone character. I liked him in the comic book, right? I can't remember the first comic book I've seen with him, but I just remember one of the reporters, it was a black reporter, and he was just torturing the crap out of him, broke his back and everything. And I've always remembered that comic book, and Tombstone has always been one of my favorite villains from that point. So I am absolutely excited to see what they're going to do with him. And I hope that he's more than just a cameo. Give me one little fight scene, 5-10 minutes, I'm good.
I think it's going to be a lot of introducing people in this, because you don't want to have it gets too convoluted if you have too many villains, unless you're doing the Sinister Six. But that's not going to be Tombstone, right? So, you know, and you're not going to have all those people, and they've done that in the Spider-Man movie already, basically. So they have to introduce villains, introduce the world, have him defeat some people without killing them, just defeat them, right? To show who Spider-Man is right now. I think that's what we're going to get. We're going to get that, showing who he is, and then he's going to have a real big problem. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is going to be easy for him, but everything else is going to be difficult.
Absolutely. And Marvel, take hint. Stop killing your good villains. All right. Exactly. Let some of them, you know, move on to a couple other movies. If you want to give them 2-3 movies and then kill them off, no problem. But stop doing it in the first movie.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Stop moving it in the first movie.
Create a jail where all of them are being jailed and then let them get out.
Exactly. 100%. You could do so much more than other. Look, say what you want to, but if they haven't killed Killmonger in that Black Panther movie, we could have had him in stuff going forward.
He's the main antagonist. He's the main one. So if you know what Black Panther is, I always got to throw a little Black Panther thing. If you know anything about him, the main antagonist can't be dead all the time.
Agreed. And then the villains that no one likes, they keep alive.
Yeah.
Go figure. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I mean, just do smart things. Send them to Rikers Island. Send them somewhere like that. You know, have them go there and then have them break out. So now you can reuse those same villains on different storylines, so you don't lose the storylines and try to remake it all.
Agreed. I agree with you 100%.
Let's see. So we got some of the comments in real quick before we even go on. I was checking out.
Let's go back to where we left up right here.
Yeah, here you go. The Tombstone casting is very interesting. I agree. I mean, Marvin Jones is Tombstone, so this works. You know, Danny says it's the best casting they made in years. Let's go. This may be the first time I'm rooting for the bad guy. Yeah, he won't be the main villain. I'll let you know.
No, absolutely. But like I said, I hope we get more than 5-10 minutes with him. You know, I hope they do something good.
I mean, they could do something like they start, rounding them up and you put them on the raft. You know, do something like that. Said Major, what up, though? Said great pick. I agree. We got Tank. Why did they announce Marvin Jones as the character, but they didn't want to do that with Tillman? Because you know what they're doing with Tillman. They're gonna piss everybody off because it's gonna be race baiting. So they're like, "What? You're doing what?" So that's why they'll tell him who he is, but it also eliminates another character for Tremel Tillman, a being.
Yeah, absolutely.
Other than Bushmaster, Bushmaster is one of the greatest. I love him as a villain. I loved it. I loved what I saw from Luke Cage.
What? Okay. What did you think?
Go, Luke Cage.
Oh no, we're not doing that. We did that last week. We're not doing that this week.
What's going to have to do his thing would be to be Bushmaster.
What did you think about them calling that girl Bushmaster in Gen V? Yeah, she was like the real Bushmaster, to be honest.
Oh no, that was terrible. I was like, that is the worst power ever.
I agree.
DQ says good choice, 100%. But do you think it's desperation? I think this is a good question. Because it could be seen as desperation if you're using all the villains. If you're trying to force to feed all these villains into a story. But as long as you're trying to do it as a narrative to get to the main villain, I think it's okay.
Absolutely. 100%. I agree.
Too many bad guy cameos screams desperation. I understand exactly what you're saying. But as long as they're vehicles, if you use them as a vehicle, then it's fine. And you don't kill them off, then it's fine.
Absolutely. And it could be seen as desperation, but if it's done right, then it's kind of not, right? Because we've seen where we had a lot of characters like, oh my God, they're gonna, oversaturate this movie with characters, and then it never really adds out as, oh, they did a good job, right? So I don't think it's gonna be desperation. I just think that they know they need to start using different villains going forward.
I want to see Silvermane go and get Wilson Fisk. You're not going to get that.
Absolutely.
No, we're not getting it. So I've never heard of Tombstone until the night the Spoiler Kings. I had no idea who he was. He's amazing. He's a very cool villain. Imagine what they're trying to do at the end of Luke Cage and try to make him like this crime boss, but he has bulletproof skin. He's powerful. He's strong. Those are all things that that the Tombstone is too. So it's kind of that.
And Collector Movie Man, if you're not watching or you haven't watched it, go watch Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, right? You get the origins of Tombstone. It's not the same as in the comics or anything like that, but you get a little bit of an idea of who Tombstone is.
But you like him too much. That's dangerous because you really like him.
Yeah, he's good at hey,
he's one of my
Your
favorite
Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Yeah, was really good. I was impressed with that one. Go ahead, Brian.
So after Gen V, the hero named Bushmaster just isn't the same. Oh yeah, the female Voldemort. Yeah, I hear you, Dave. DQ. That was so wrong. It was hilarious though.
I know.
Do you think Brand New Day has too many characters? I'm gonna ask you this, Fernando. Do you feel like Winter Soldier had too many characters?
Good point.
Just asking. It's not Civil War where we knew we were going to have all those characters. Then Winter Soldier had too many. They had all type of characters. So
absolutely.
No. So Tombstone is just a smart Solomon Grundy.
I kind of disagree. I don't think so. I can see where you're getting that from. Yeah, but it's different. Yeah.
So Chameleon, Hammerhead, Hobgoblin haven't been introduced. Hobgoblin's going to be Ned. It's Hobgoblin's going to be Ned.
Agreed. And I think they hinted to that, right? Yeah. Yeah.
I'll definitely check it out. So, I also made a great point. They kill off too many good villains. I always liked the Shocker and Craven. The kill one, bastardize the other. Stop killing the good villains. Hashtag stop killing the good villains. We should do that. We should make a movement, guys. Stop killing all our good villains.
Facts. Oh, I definitely got a movement that we're gonna do, and we're gonna see that when we get to Jonathan Major stuff. All right.
Oh man, says Hobgoblin is a good one too. Yeah, no, but he's going to be there. He's going to be one. I think when we get to Spider-Man 2, the second movie after this this trilogy, the second one they're gonna have Hobgoblin in that. So
agreed.
Spider-Man needs to go back to original roots, street level crime like the comics. I think this movie will start and will be 80% street level crime
until the Hulk comes in, and then it's gonna get, you know what I mean? But yeah, I agree with you.
Killmonger should have lived. Yeah.
We all agree. They shouldn't have killed him off. He was one of the greatest villains. So
you could have kept the movie exactly the same, and then found out that T'Challa did something to save him, keep him in stasis. Agreed. You don't have to kill all the people.
Agreed.
Stop killing my black. God damn. Let's get started.
Oh, yeah. We're getting there. Spider-Man needs to team up with Daredevil. Yeah,
I think he probably will be in it. Punisher. No, maybe they use Punisher this time, and then get Daredevil a little later.
Let the bad guy be the bad guy too. Enough with the relatable stuff. Facts.
100%. I think that's right.
Facts.
I said that, Brian. Facts. Yeah. No, I'm tired of trying to make them too nice. Oh, I understand why. But even though I have a shirt that says Thanos was right and Magneto was right. I do have a shirt with those guys, but who cares? Let the bad guys be bad.
Agreed.
Said, was Banner smart Hulk when Doctor Strange cast the memory spell, or does Hulk remember?
That's a good question. We're gonna find out.
Very good question. Ryan Cook, stop killing everybody, guys. You trying? Look, I'm trying to stay.
Yeah, bro.
Pushing it down. I'm trying to keep it a lid on it.
Yeah, so, save that to the end, Tank. We got something for you guys. Don't worry. Save that.
Kugler's trying. I think Kugler's doing this on purpose. He's Spider-Man, Deadpool team up. Well, Spider-Man could do everything, right? Because I mean, how many comic books did you have? Spider-Man. What's up, Tony? Spider-Man with the Fantastic Four. I have multiple comic books with Fantastic Four. You have him with everyone. He just goes from everyone to from team to team to team because he's in the neighborhood. You come in his neighborhood, he's gonna know about it.
Absolutely.
So Thanos was stupid. Magneto is right.
we're not gonna argue the semantics of Thanos. We're not doing that.
Magneto is right. I agree 100%. They could have had put a bead on in his wound. Yeah, exactly. Had Shuri place him and spin the animation just like they did Bucky. Exactly. They could have put it right in the wound. They said, okay, we're gonna have it and seal it slowly and let him heal over time.
Absolutely.
Technology.
And don't worry, guys. We're gonna get to that. We are going to get to that. Trust me.
Dude, I'm not. They could have some. Man, I'm gonna stop reading this. They could take some of his anger away. They should have gone against the bad boy Namor. Have said it for years. Yeah.
Dad bod Namor. Yeah, I agree with you.
Bod Namor.
Yeah. You didn't like that, so
he's not that
I get
it. He's regular. Come on, man. They call Cuckoo Khan. I mean, all right. Well, that is our topic for the Spider-Man. I am so happy with Marvin Jones III being Tombstone. I think this is a fire casting. But we're gonna move on to our next topic because we got a lot of stuff to run through this week. So
absolutely. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. And next topic. All right, guys. Next topic we're going to really be talking about, and we're going to go through a little quick, are the box office numbers. Now, again, it's from September 25th. Dragon Slayer is still number one. I think it's it. Downtown Abbey, the grand finale, is number 2. Never heard of it. Not interested.
Downton Abbey, you better be careful. Our mothers, if mothers are watching this stuff, Downton Abbey, we know. I know all about it. People love that British stuff right now, but it's, I tried watching it once.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother.
I took a 3 hours.
Number 3 is The Conjuring: The Last Rite, so it's doing pretty well. Number 4 is Him. We're gonna come back to that one in a minute. Number 5 is The Long Walk. Definitely a movie that's still on my list.
It is amazing. That is an amazing movie.
Yeah, I definitely got to watch that. I'm hearing a lot of good things about it. Number 6,
T'Challa is in that movie.
Yeah, I seen, and I was like, yeah, I agree. Yeah, when I saw the clip of him, yeah, I like him too. Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey, which is number 6. Never heard of it. The Senior, number 7. Number 8, Weapons is still on the list. Number 9 is Toy Story with a release. And that's got back on the list. So you know how some of these old movies are still popular.
Why do you think Toy Story is going to have 10 of them? They're going to be 10 Toy Stories. Because we're going to all go see them.
Absolutely. And rounding out the top 10 is Freakier Friday. But I think one of the main things that we really wanted to discuss was number 4, Him. Right.
So I also want to look at the weekend box office from this past weekend, from the 19th through 21st. This was Him's debut, right? So Demon Slayer was still number 1. It made $17.3 million that week. Him was number 2 with $13.3 million. I want to love this movie, because I love Jordan Peele, his production company with Monkey Paw. I love Marlon Wayans. I love the Wayans brothers. I love football. If you look at me, I'm 6'5", 265 pounds. I'm a football guy. This is what I am. I love the idea of the recruiting and trying to get into the NFL, all those things. This is an amazing topic. And the fear that could come along with it is spot on. And they effed it up. It was horrible.
Agreed. Agreed, 100%. I personally thought that this movie was going to be really good. I was like, oh, it looks amazing. The best part of the movie is Marlon Wayans. I just think they dropped the ball on a lot of the things that happened throughout the movie. And it's like, you could have. So, I'm not going to spoil it, but something happens in the movie where dude gets a concussion and they really don't talk about that ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Who did that? Why did that happen? You know what I mean? And when you get to the end reveal, you could have had so much explanation as to maybe them pushing him to get to the situation with Marlon Wayans and all of that
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And I just think they dropped the ball a lot there. And it wasn't as scary as I thought it was going to be either.
I think psychological thrillers are the best type of thrillers. Those are the scariest things you can have. And unfortunately, with psychological thriller, if it's all in the mind, you must explain everything. So when we look at Jordan Peele movies, we look at Get Out, right? You see what is a psychological thriller. They explained every detail, made you realize what was going on, right? And a lot of people don't understand the recruitment of football players, don't understand how it is to make it to the NFL, what you must give of yourself to do those things.
Mm-hmm.
They started with this idea of a demonic thing and never got there. And then the ending, it's like, even with a flight with some turbulence, right? If you landed, it's okay. You say, well, it wasn't the greatest flight, but it was okay. Mm-hmm. A flight, when you crash and burn at the end and make no sense, it's like they ran out of money at the end of the movie. And they just said, I know we set all this stuff up, but we're not going to talk about it. Mm-hmm. That's the worst thing you can do.
Absolutely. And then the end of the movie is like, wait a minute, what really happened? Like, wait, what is going on here? You know what I mean? And it just, I kind of understood where they were going. I just think the execution wasn't executed properly, right?
I think you understand where they were going. I don't think they understood where they were going. They should watch their own movie and realize what the third act should have been.
Agreed. 100%. We could have had this demonic certain situation, you know what I mean? Explain that maybe the reason why they're the GOAT, and it just could have been so much it could have been put together so much better, bro.
No, I mean, when you talk about the GOAT, you talk about crossroads demons, deals that you make to make it. What do you give of yourself to make it? What would you give of your soul to make it? Maybe that's 100%. Something that they should have done. Marlon Wayans, he gave his soul up, and now he's trying to, continue to do it to live his life. Because if not, now your 10 years start. They could talk about all type of things, but they missed it. I don't know if they missed it or once again, did they run out of money? They weren't going to be able to hit it and hit all the things that they need to do. The production was over, and they're just like, okay, well, we just gotta come up with an ending. When you start off that good, it makes me very disappointed that you could not see where it should be going.
Agreed, 100%. And I think they dropped the ball on that one because you had great acting, right? Even the guy that played opposite Marlon Wayans, I never really seen him before, but he was good. I enjoyed him. I enjoyed the acting.
Really good. I have no problem. I think the way he acted made a lot of sense. When you start looking at it, I mean, it had, what's his name? I think it was Tyreek something. Tyreek Withers. No, he did a great job. And Julia Fox, they could have done more with her character. The ending of her didn't even make any sense. She just tripped and fell. Like it was stupid. They had other characters that really seemed like to be further into the movie. Like, the agent or the person that worked for Marlon Wayans that was there. They all seemed that they could have been part of it. Maybe they sold their soul, and they just kind of messed it up.
Yeah. Brushed aside any other thing. And I heard you guys talking the other day where the agent kind of seemed like he was against everything that was going on and was maybe trying to help the dude
to run. Said, hey, leave, run.
Yeah.
But they never talked about it. Like, how do you? It's like planting a seed, and then when it starts to grow, you just demolish the whole thing.
Agreed.
Why plant the damn seed?
Agreed. They really messed it up. Guys, let us know what you think. Did you see From? Did you like it? What do you think? they should have done, or do you think we're wrong and you think that From was a good movie? Because a lot of people are liking it, but
What
most
do
of
you
the
think?
people that I see,
What do you
yeah,
think is it from Rotten Tomatoes?
ooh, I think it's probably at a 75, 80.
Flip it around. It's 31% of Rotten Tomatoes.
Ooh,
Yeah.
audience score
Au-
or
So the critic score is that, and the audience score is actually low too. So the critic score is 31%. The audience score is 57.
ooh,
It's
okay.
because everyone sees what it could have been. It could have
Hmm.
been one of those all-time great movies. When we're talking about football movies, this could have been that.
Agreed.
And I think also people go in knowing it's Monkey Paw, thinking that you're gonna have that Jordan Peele reveal and not getting it, just ruined it.
I agree. I agree. Get to the comments and then we'll move on to the next topic. Danny said, "Don't sleep on the British shows. Mobland is fire." Haven't watched it yet, Danny. But
There's some things I like
listen,
British movies. I mean, Star Trek: The Next Generation is British, bro. So I love that.
yeah, we're not doing that one. We're not doing that. We're not going there. We're not going there. Supercell was fire. You know what I mean? I give it
Yeah,
that. Um, I love the Tack the Block. It was
they
fire.
can
So there are
do
some.
really good things too. Come on,
Yeah.
you
Just
know.
just they can't rap. The Conjuring success is very surprising. It crushed Sinners box office numbers. Ooh, Brian, what are your thoughts on that?
No, but The Conjuring is a franchise that's been out for a long time. So, and
Hmm.
now seeing this might be the last one. If Sinners decide to make a franchise out of this, I think all
Hmm.
of a sudden it can make a lot of money. But this was an independent movie, an original movie that I'm not a Ryan Coogler fan, right? I'm not a huge Ryan Coogler guy, but I'll tell you that he did a great job with the writing of this. I think it could have been really good once you get to multiple movies of it. I think you can't really
Hmm.
compare the two.
I got you. My Broncos have been getting their asses kicked for the last 2 weeks.
Maybe
Yeah,
there's
good
someone needs
for
to
them.
sell their soul to the devil.
They did say at the end that it was them who hurt him to force him to be there with Marlon. Oh, did they?
Yeah, they
Okay, I
said so.
must have
His
missed that.
father made the deal, so they've been watching him his
Oh,
entire life.
right,
They're grooming
right,
him.
right. I got you. Yeah. Him started out really good, but it couldn't stick the landing. It crashed right into the mountain.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly.
Hey,
What's
Nanette,
up,
how are you
Annette? How you
doing?
doing?
Thank you for popping in. Much appreciated. Horrible ending. One of the worst endings of the year. Ooh.
I have this rating right now in my letterbox. I haven't published it yet. I have it as the second to last movie in my entire of all the movies I watched this year.
Ooh. Interesting. The manager just getting dragged and exploited like that was weird. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I
He's the
thought it
owner.
was
He's the owner.
the owner. Yeah. I thought it was the devil was behind it.
It should have been.
Um. Mm-hmm.
It should have been. It should have been demonic possession. It should have been crossword roads demon. It should have been something like that. I give up my soul to become him. That's what it should have
Agreed.
been. And they never saw it.
Agreed. 100%. The twist with the blood and the battle to finish made no sense. Agreed.
There's no need. I don't understand. I thought Marlon
I,
Wayans was the devil. That would be interesting too.
it would have been interesting too if they had done something like that, but unfortunately, they didn't. Marlon Wayans was just one of the athletes who got the privilege to accept the blood to
Blood.
become the GOAT.
Yeah.
Yeah. First, let me go to the super chat. Some geeky guy sent $5. Thank you, geeky guy. Much
What's up? Thank
appreciated.
you. That's
He
awesome.
said, Doctor Doom will defeat Magneto by throwing him into a gas chamber while Tom Holland's Spider-Man makes Schindler's List references. Really?
No, I don't need that.
Jim Jeffers should have been an angel, like trying to help.
It
Agreed.
could have been because
100%.
he was standing there like, I'm trying to let you get out of here. I'm trying to get you out.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen him.
Don't.
It's.
No, don't.
I mean, I would say watch it, but don't pay for it.
Yeah,
You know
find a
what
way
I
to
mean?
get it for free. If I can give you a link,
Yeah.
I'll send you a link.
Yeah. Horror nightmare, save your money. Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. Pretty much. Trust me, I'm not going to see the movie. I'll probably watch it, but it'll be when it comes to streaming. I don't have to pay for it. No, you don't
Exactly.
want to pay for it. You don't want to pay for it. Hey, Tank Kramer, did you see it? Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
we'll
we did.
skip that. You saw it?
Yeah, so one back to another. Yeah, I've already saw it now. It's
Cool.
something we'll talk about Monday.
Oh, I definitely want to see that movie. So that's definitely something I'm going to check out. Jordan Peele needs to stop attaching his name to some of these movies.
Yep. Unless he's there to help them write the endings, because that's the whole thing about Jordan Peele is the twist. So stop putting your name on stuff unless you're writing the twist.
Absolutely. He said, I think y'all spend too much time on this topic. Oh my gosh, Kaka. Danny, listen, bro. You are the passenger in this ride. You know what I mean? You ain't got no
tell me
say
where I drive
in
the back seat, bro.
100%. But we are moving on, and it had nothing to do with that.
It was just the last time that we were doing it.
100%, guys. So we will be moving on to the next topic. Let us know what you think about him. What they should have done. Should they have ended it a little better? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Are we wrong? Was it a masterpiece? Because I don't think it was.
I don't think anyone says a masterpiece. Mm-mm.
Let us know what you think, and we will be moving on to the next topic now.
All right. Let's bring up the trailer and let's talk about this real quick.
Yes, sir. Hold on. Where did I had it here? Make sure I had it. There we go. Boom.
Awesome. All right, guys. So Mandalorian Grogu is slated to come out May 22nd, 2026. It is the only big movie that's going to be coming out during this time. I think this is going to be amazing, but I think we need to watch the trailer to determine, is this going to be another Disney Star Wars disaster? Or is this going to be something that might save Star Wars enough to get to the next good thing? Let's check it out and let's see.
Let's do it.
I'm a freak.
They're just trying to overload this shit with cuteness, you know.
That's exactly what a little kid would do, though.
You know? But I'm like, give the little baby some candy, man. Stop. You know what I mean?
At least he can move now. Let's go. Dude, why do they keep on making those damn walkers? They didn't even make any sense. They always get blown up.
I know. And technically, they kind of did this in one of the episodes where they were going through a kind of tunnel like that. So,
good shot, baby.
All right. What are your thoughts?
Well, you know, my first immediate thoughts were the fact that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are writing this. So I know it's going to have actual Star Wars lore and actually try to follow a storyline, as long as KK don't have to get her hands on all the stupid stuff. I'm fine. I mean, Mandalorian is probably the best thing that Disney Star Wars has ever put out. And don't even give me with the Andor stuff. You can miss me with that. But it feels like a Star Wars, Jon Favreau, you know, George Lucas, Filoni type of story that we're going to have. And sometimes that's all you want. I don't think you need to go far into this I'm going to try this huge story. As long as it makes sense and we enjoy the adventure, I think that's all I really need. So I want to be very positive for it. And I'm hoping that we're going to love it, you know? And once again, Pedro Pascal usually makes about $500 million on movies. And Star Wars name usually makes $500 million on movies, and Star Wars names usually make $1 billion on movies. I would not be surprised, and this one in May makes over $1 billion.
All right. I think it could 100% because I agree with you. I think Mandalorian is some of the best Star Wars to come out of Disney, and that's not saying much because you know how I feel about a lot of the stuff that Disney Star Wars has done. Even the ones that a lot of you guys think are good, like Rogue One, I don't like. You know what I mean? Andor is well received by a few people. I think it's trash. You know,
I think people like Andor because of the story and the drama of it, but I don't think that's necessary for Star Wars. That's always my thing. But also, Star Wars is three things to me, really. It's the Force. Right? You have to have the Force. You need to have Jedi, and you need to have, I don't know, you want to call them Sith. You want to call them whatever you have to have the dark side. If you have the good, evil, and the Force, you don't have to have lightsaber battles all the time. You don't have to have that. If you want to do a story that you're destroying the Death Star, that's fine. But as long as you have the Force available, the Force should be talked about anything at Star Wars because that's what it is. You know, so that's Star Wars itself is fun. It's a little campy sometimes, but it's just fun. So we have great lightsaber battles. That's fun. Anything you're gonna do, add to it. I want it to be fun. And I think this movie is gonna be fun.
Absolutely. And I like space battles too. You know what I mean? I like the dog fighting in space and stuff like that. So I want to see a lot of that too as well. I've been iffy about The Mandalorian. First season was great. You know, second season had that Luke moment, which was absolutely epic. Fire. Epic, exactly, was the word that I'm looking for. Thank you, Bryon. So I enjoyed all of that. I think season 3 kind of missed the mark for me.
It's because KK shouldn't have made. He should have not had. Grogu shouldn't have been it. Season 3 Grogu should have been training with Luke. You made season 2, the ending of season 2, not important by what you did in season 3.
Agreed, 100%. So, and I think they did a lot of other stuff that I really wasn't feeling. But man, this one here, they are using and they put in Babu Frick as well in there. So they're just trying to overload you with the cuteness. Now, Babu Frick was more funny to me. As much as I hated The Rise of Skywalker, when that thing came in and started talking, me and my son were cracking up so hard. Like, I don't even know if it was meant to be funny like that, but we were probably the only ones in the theater. I can't remember laughing as much as we were, but we were dying. It was hilarious. So I hope they give us a little bit more moments like that with Babu Frick. But at the same time, I'm looking at some of the action scenes. Okay, it looks good. But what worries me is that it's going to be just one long side quest. That's what I'm gonna have.
It does feel that way.
You know what I mean? So if that's what it is, it's just gonna be like, okay, well, you could have gave us this in series form then because you didn't change nothing. So I hope they change that and don't make it feel like a side quest.
I agree. Yeah, I think that adding Filoni means it's going and having George Lucas be part of the writing team is probably going to make it somehow connect to something that we don't see yet.
Oh, that would be great. But this is what you got to do, right? Listen, I get it. A lot of people may talk about the prequels. They don't like the prequels, this and that. And you don't have to.
Prequels aren't great to me either, but they knew what they were doing. I respect the prequels. I respect it. 1, 2, 3. It made sense. It tells you about the people that you care about, how they develop. And it does work. I think episode 3 is still one of the best things I've ever seen in Star Wars. I mean, the things you saw on the mountain, on the volcano planet is epic. It's burned in your mind. Anytime you could pull that out immediately, then you know it's good. It's still good versus evil.
Absolutely, 100%. And I was going to say that you don't need to, hey, George Lucas, what story should we do? No, but you create a story and then you say, what fits here, George Lucas? What is, does this feel like Star Wars? Is this something, because it's best to go back to the maker and actually find out maybe how he would handle certain situations. So if he's involved in this, I'm glad with that too, 100%.
Do you think that they should use some of the EU stuff?
I think you can. George Lucas has picked from the EU many times, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think you could do that. I just want people to stop saying that the EU is canon. I want them to stop saying that. It's never been canon. It's not, and trust me, I've been through all the books, all the interviews, and all stuff. It has never been canon, but George Lucas has
uses
picked
a lot of it out there.
a lot of it. Yes, 100%. And I'm okay with that. If you want to use stuff that was in canon, 100%. Mara Jane, I think there's a lot of people want to see her, right?
Mm-hmm.
She was from the EU. So if you want to take things from the EU, go right ahead. Go right ahead. I'm okay with that.
I think you should use the EU like you use comic books. You don't have to use the entire storyline.
Yes.
But you need to understand what is good from the storyline. Like you understand what is, the feeling of it. Why are we doing these? Some of these characters matter.
Yes.
So use some of these characters. That's all. It's not canon. And I think I agree that it's not canon. But I do believe that you need to use them. Like in Marvel right now, MCU, what I have from all my comic books is not exactly what's going on there. Mm-hmm. So what happened in this comic book is not canon to what's happening in MCU. Mm-hmm. But you better still use some of these stories.
Agreed.
Yeah,
I could definitely,
as long as KK stop stopping us from getting all the good stuff.
Exactly. And I could definitely say that. I could definitely see, hey man, yeah, there's some stories in the EU that people love. Now, the EU is not all great, right? So you got to be careful with that too as well. But the ones that the people love, yes. Admiral Thrawn, he came from the EU. Right? He's not from, he came from the EU. So all of that stuff that you want to take and put from the EU, that is absolutely fine. If you want to take stories from there, I have no issues with that whatsoever. And I think, like you said, you don't have to do beat for beat, but what you can do is take little hints and little story notes and, okay, this is what happened. We'll switch it up, or we'll take little, and I think you could do that 100%. It'll work.
Just so everyone knows what the EU is, it's the extended universe. It's like Star Wars stories that are a lot of content. It's basically Star Wars legends, things that are going on in legends. So, I mean, they're very good stories, and I think that you need to understand what they are. You should not be making a movie without not reading some of these stories, understand what they've done.
Agreed. And just to clarify a little bit more, so George Lucas, when he created Star Wars, he gave the right to people to create their own stories, right? Mm-hmm. And their own stories were never a part of his universe. He always thought it would be better to have people expand the Star Wars universe with their own stories. George Lucas didn't like a lot of the stuff that was in the EU, right? But there were some stuff that he did like. So, for example, Coruscant, that came from the EU. He loved the name and he used it in his prequels, right? Now, I don't know if he used all the details of how they explained Coruscant in the EU, but he used the name. So he has taken from there. And, hey, it exists. So Kathleen Kennedy running around saying that they don't have stories to pick from,
their lives.
Was absolutely stupid. Stupid thing to say. You know what I mean?
The EU is interlocked too. So all the stories kind of work interconnected through their narratives, and I think that's a key part. So yeah, once again, it's like comic books. You have different storylines, and you could cherry pick from the comic books. Not all writers are the same. Not everything is exactly the same for that character, but you use it.
Agreed. There's no problem with that. So let us know what you guys think. Mandalorian and Grogu. Do you like it? Are you going to see it first day? Is it a first day for you? It's Star Wars, so it's definitely a first day for me. You know what I mean? So let us know what you guys think.
Only thing is, I want you guys to know they should have had May the 4th. They missed.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. Well, I agree 100%. Let us know what you guys think. We'll get to the comments and then we'll move on to the next topic. Nanette said, I think that Star Wars movie will get the money back. It needs people to flock to Star Wars.
So that's why, man, when you look at Star Wars movies, almost all of them make billions of dollars.
Yeah.
I mean, even the sequels that we try not to even talk about ever still make billions of dollars.
Yeah. The only problem with the sequels is it was declining after each movie, right?
Because they effed
But
it up.
yeah, they effed it up. But you were correct. They all made $1 billion. I think the only one that really flopped was Solo. And I think that Mandalorian has enough of a following and enough positive vibes that people are gonna flock to it. So it might make $1 billion. It might.
I think so.
But it wasn't Mark Hamill, so it doesn't count. Exactly.
Well, I mean, I will say this. How about this? Was it The Last Jedi had Mark Hamill in it? And that shouldn't count.
Yeah. You're right. It should.
Mark Hamill don't want to count it. He was like,
neither
they ain't listen to me at all.
Yeah, neither should Rise of Skywalker. Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker.
I don't acknowledge that. I
Those
don't
movies don't
acknowledge
exist.
Rise of the Skywalker. I don't believe it.
Yeah, they don't exist. I really want Star Wars to start adapting some of their books that they have into movies. That's all I want. Stop making up ish. You know what? I think they have a lot of books and a lot of comic books and stuff like that that they can adapt, or they can at least take hints from to create some of these good movies. Because one thing that Star Wars is doing, and I think this is what's ruining it, is they're putting agendas over storytelling. That's a problem. You can do a movie and you can have agendas in there, but you have to have the story first, and then you sprinkle in the agenda in the story.
100%.
You cannot do it the opposite way. The opposite way does not work. It just doesn't work. And that's what's wrong with Star Wars right now. Get rid of Kathleen Kennedy. This is going to make $1 billion easy. Facts. I can see it.
I mean, look, if The Last Jedi made $1 billion, didn't they at one point, I'm gonna say The Last Jedi made 1.3 billion. 1.3 billion. You know, so if that was awful, that didn't even make sense. Rise of Skywalker, I think they tried to make it make sense. Even that made $1 billion, but people were done. So
Absolutely.
Talked about that.
Yeah.
KK can't say there isn't books to go off with, and make trash ass stories.
Agreed.
I'm ready to see some Star Wars. I want some good Star Wars. I mean, even the stuff that I'm hearing from Ahsoka season 2 sounds really good if they could pull it off.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm right there with you, Danny. We need good Star Wars.
I need Rosario Dawson to learn to use a lightsaber.
Facts. And get better fighting skills and speed that crap up, because that was some.
You don't have to go faster. Just fast forward it if you need to go.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, you can have them go slow and just speed up the film to make
work on your stuff, man. Talking about you need to go some LARPing or something, man.
Because I did that when I watched it again. I put that scene on. I sped it up at like 1.5, and it's so much better when it's a little bit faster. Yeah.
Oh, this would be good.
I agree, Danny. I agree.
See, one of the book trilogies I would like to see as a movie would be the Darth Bane series. Those books are effing amazing and are violent. You can.
A lot of people are looking for that.
So we're getting Aboleth and Ahsoka season 2. Aboleth is awesome. EU is awesome to read as Star Wars fans. Yes, Aboleth is going to be amazing. That story of the three, the father. Oh my God, that's going to be amazing.
I think so too.
They need to Shatterpoint movie. I'm there the first day for Shatterpoint. Okay.
What's Shatterpoint?
I'm not even sure what Shatterpoint. I was like,
what's Shatterpoint, Danny? Let me know. Is that a Star Wars story? I haven't heard of it yet.
That's interesting because I don't know. I know I know the game. Is it maybe talking about the game, the Shatterpoint game?
Well, I know Force Awakens, so I don't even know if there is a Shatterpoint game. Let us know what that is, Danny.
Yeah, I think it's the Outer Rim type of game, and I remember playing that, but that's all. So I'll probably see this first day, unfortunately, because I'm a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, we all will. We'll be there first day.
So most of the Star Wars movies came before the comics. Yeah, absolutely. But I'm saying, but the EU consider the EU like a comic book, a story by a writer. That's just something that could happen, right? And then you cherry pick points from it.
Agreed. Because it's just like a comic book where you have, one author, he does his run, and then year later you get someone else and they do another run, right? It's still canon, but it's just by different people. So it's the same thing. You could do it. Yeah.
So if these sequels kept on the original track, episode 9 should have made $2 billion. Yeah, you're right. I block Rise of Skywalker out of my mind. Yeah,
I don't blame you.
I don't believe in it. I pretend like it doesn't exist, guys.
Facts.
My favorite character ever is Luke Skywalker was disrespected, but he was there.
Agreed.
He said they didn't listen to me. He's like, I don't like this. So I misspoke, and what I said, I'm saying Star Wars will get back the money that they need and a whole lot more because people flock to the movies, even if it's a bad movie. Unfortunately, this is what it looks like, right? I mean, there's nothing worse than Rise of Skywalker.
Agreed.
Nothing.
Agreed. And to be honest with you, Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker are right there. Like, it's right there for me.
I have Force Awakens. I had no problem with. They could have won a story, but you know what? When you listen, sometimes you don't listen to the fans. Sometimes what you need to do is have a story and roll with that story.
Yeah. Agreed.
So a huge crossover between Mando, Ahsoka, and Andor will totally happen. No, you can leave Andor out.
Yeah, we can leave Andor out, but yeah, I don't think Andor will happen because
everyone's we know what happens, right? We all know they all die.
Yeah. So they can't have Ahsoka and them together, but Mando, Ahsoka, and I think they were planning on doing the Rangers one. I think that was supposed to be a part of it too, which they might do. Yeah, Starfighter is going to be interesting too. What's up, Jason?
Darth Bane is fired. He created the rule 2. Yes, he did. That's why it's going to be really cool. Mace Windu. Mace Windu book.
Mace Windu book. Sorry, Danny. Never read it. You know what I mean? My bad.
Shatterpoint, come on. Okay. Right now I'm reading the book. Lost Star Wars book is really good. I read like 250 pages yesterday. I couldn't put it down.
Nice.
Let's say live action live action Knights of the Old Republic. Oh, should have been made a long time. You should have left the Skywalker stuff alone, right? And went to Knights of the Old Republic immediately.
Agreed.
What up, T?
Agreed.
Appreciate
what
you,
up, T.
That makes Windu power. He can see anyone's weakness. That's how he could beat Jango and Palpatine. Shatterpoint plus Vapad, lightsaber fighting style. That's why he's the best Jedi. Who's the best Jedi?
I think we actually did a tier list on that one of those ones. Who's the best Jedi? It's okay. It's Mace, 100%. It's Mace, but really and truly, it's Luke, hands down. It's Luke, hands down. You know what I mean? What about you?
I think Anakin.
I could give you that.
I think Anakin's the best.
I can give you Anakin.
Happy Anakin.
Yeah, happy Anakin. Yeah. I give you Anakin. Said Attack of the Clones was the worst for me. I think Attack of the Clones is underrated, right? And I can understand why people don't like it, but I think the Geonosia stuff at the end with Mace Windu just it propels that movie better than it is for me.
I don't know if it's good, but I know the fact that Rise of Skywalker, I literally wanted to throw up while I was watching it.
Yeah, Rise of Skywalker is horrible. I loathe that movie. Said what happened to Skeleton Crew?
That was fine. It's fine. It was whatever.
It was okay. You know what I mean? It was better than I thought it was going to be. That's for sure. I'll give it that.
I'm the non-vocal minority, but they keep all the Star Wars properties. They keep all of the Star Wars properties. Yeah, I'm so over all of it. Yeah, I understand. I understand.
He said Mace Fool. Really, Danny? Overall, I think it's Obi-Wan. Oh, that's interesting. That's a good one too.
Obi-Wan is interesting, but he's done a lot. Well, they're ruining a lot of Obi-Wan stories by the new stuff they're putting out. So I don't know.
He wanted to say something else, right? Road to wisdom. Hey, brother, keep it PG, brother.
He embodies more than the Jedis are supposed to be. Yeah. By force, it must be Yoda, probably. I mean, yeah. But he's so small. So if you ever get your hands on him, you're in trouble.
Absolutely. What's wrong with you? Your triggers are crazy. By skill, probably Mace. Yeah.
Skill. Yeah, Mace was very skilled too. So I mean, I'm not going to argue with that. But I think people don't respect what Anakin was too. I think Luke is actually weak. He's weaker because I mean he got taught by a 900-year-old. He didn't understand all the stuff. He didn't get to where he needed to get. He could have gotten to because he didn't have all the training that everyone else did. So that's why look at Anakin, who was trained and was doing stuff, crazy stuff early.
Absolutely.
But I can understand whatever you say. You could probably support it.
And next up is when are they going to drop Pootie Tang, the Jedi Master? Really? Really? Thanks, gonna be fire short. Gonna do today. Thanks, fellas. Oh, you're welcome, Danny. Glad we gave you the opportunity to do a video. He said, "Who's the best Jedi?" Anakin was supposed to be the Jedi who was supposed to be the strongest one, but was always corrupted. Agreed.
He was corrupted, so like you can't overall, but in that short point in time, he was unbelievable, especially if you start looking at Clone Wars and seeing what he did with Ahsoka. When you start adding that stuff into what he became before he went over to the dark side, Anakin was fire, guys.
Agreed. 100%. So that's it. Let us know what you guys think about it, and we'll move on to the next topic, which is going to be a very interesting one. Try to keep this one at a minimum because I know getting a little long in the tooth, but let's get to the next topic, guys. All right, so the next topic is Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse swings into a new release date. Now, this movie has been pushed back, but I think this is one that fans are going to like. So it says Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse has swung into a new release date, and it is a good news for the fans of the web-slinging superhero. The third installment in Sony's wildly successful animated Spider-Verse trilogy is releasing more than 4 years after its predecessor, 2023 Spider-Man's Across the Spider-Verse. But it is now due to arrive on the big screen a little earlier than planned. Miles Morales' next feature-length adventure has been moved up by a week on the studio slate, June 18, 2027, and will be available in IMAX and premium formats, having shifted from its previously announced date of June 25th, 2020.
I'm so happy they did this because Gatto is going to kill stuff. Gatto is going to make so much money. They cannot be released at the same time as Gatto. You cannot.
What's Gatto? Anime?
It's animated Disney thing. I think it's DreamWorks. Is it DreamWorks? I feel like it's DreamWorks, but no, it's Pixar. It's Pixar. You don't want to release at the same time as a Disney Pixar movie. That's just
I agree with. I agree with you 100%.
But I have a hard time thinking that we're going to have Across the Spider-Verse or Beyond the Spider-Verse coming up on Father's Day weekend. Because if they kill Miles' dad and they go, oh my God, on Father's Day weekend, I will lose my stuff. Oh my God, come on.
Oh wow. Yeah, you know what? I never thought about that.
Father's Day and Juneteenth. We get the Black Spider-Man on Father's Day and Juneteenth. That's fire. but if you kill his dad because that's a event that you can't get away from, I don't know how I would feel about it. It's going to hurt a lot, but having Spider-Verse come out Juneteenth, it seems like they understood the assignment, right? Sometimes you need to just go ahead and understand the assignment. We just talked about Star Wars. You should do the May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Now we're doing Spider-Verse. You're doing Juneteenth because you have a Black Spider-Man and you have this might be the best Spider-Man trilogy ever, which is actually saying something. Could be fire. I'm so excited by it. So the new day covers the Juneteenth holiday, which is as well as Father's Day, which is typically a popular release window for animated movies as families go out and enjoy activities together, potentially boosting box office performance. However, it does mean that Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse faces some competition in its release day the same day as Gatto. Oh man, they're still doing Gatto still. Animated feature from the LOWKEY director, Enrico Casarosa. And 1 week after the Universal live action How to Train Your Dragon 2, which arrives 2 years after the release date of the first one.
It's going to have some competition, but I think Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse is one of the most anticipated movies that people are waiting for, especially me. I said this many times. Don't let anything happen until we get
until I see this movie.
After I see that movie, we are good, because I'm right there with you. I think that the first two are some of the best Spider-Man movies ever.
100%.
Right? I really love them, and I love Spider-Man 2. I really do. But I just think that Across the Spider-Verse, I
think Spider-Man 2 might be the best single movie.
Live action or
anything. I think single, just one movie, Spider-Man 2 is the best. I think the best trilogy is going down this one. I think this Into the Spider-Verse, Beyond the Spider-Verse is going to be, Across the Spider-Verse is going to be the best trilogy we're ever going to get.
Oh, I agree. I think
I worry about, where it's being released.
I do too, and I hope they don't drop the ball, right? Because for me, like I said, Across the Spider-Verse is one of those Spider-Man movies that I can just sit down and watch from start to finish. No fast forwarding, nothing. I love it. I think it's really great. And I hope that Beyond the Spider-Verse enhances it even more, right? Because what we're seeing, and I'm with you, Juneteenth, Father's Day, and the pops is going to die.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know if you can do that, man. Like, I you better keep him alive. That's all I'm saying.
That's the one thing that I really want to know about this show, because his father dies in the comic, right? Is his father
100%.
or is it a mother? It's his father that dies, right? His father dies in the comic. So to stick to Miles Morales' lore, you're gonna have to dust the father.
I don't want Jefferson to die at all.
Neither do I. Me neither.
Don't do this to me. I can't do this. Don't do this to me. I don't want to have to talk about this whole Jefferson Davis. That's why he has his mother's maiden name and all that stuff. Because of the culture and all that stuff. But not having your father in the picture changes a character. And I don't want another movie, not another movie from Marvel or any other stuff. Sony, I don't care who it is, but the black father dies. Don't give me nothing.
It's gonna hurt, bro. It's gonna hurt, because what they did in the first two movies too is they actually made you feel for the father, right? They gave him a decent enough role to where it's like you can see the love that he has between him and Miles and everything, and then they're gonna dust him. No.
I don't know if I can do that. I don't do that in my life right now. Now on Father's Day, I'm sitting there with my kids, and my kids look at me. I'm crying. I'm crying.
Facts. Because if they do it right, if they do it right, it could probably bring tears to my eyes if they do that right. So that's what I'm worried about. But let me ask you this: Miles Morales live action, is that what you want to see right now?
I think at the end of I've said this with Secret Wars. At the end of Secret Wars, when they have this one combined universe, I think we need to see Miles Morales. I think he's too popular. Look at the comic books. Look, I have more Miles Morales comic books. Kids nowadays know more about Miles Morales than they know about Peter Parker.
Agreed. And you know what? I don't have an issue with them, Sony, saying, you know what? We're going to do our Sonyverse like they were doing the villains. We're going to take, Spider-Man, but we're going to give you guys Miles Morales. You keep Miles Morales in the MCU, and we'll do Spider-Man movies over here. I would love
that. You know what?
Yeah, it would be great.
Do that. Go ahead. Give me back my T'Challa. Give me my Storm. Give me all the best black characters ever. Make it up to me, Marvel. Everything you've done, make it up to me.
100%. I would definitely be down with that. But the reason why we talked about the live action is because I want to go over to here real quick.
Think about it. If you have Miles Morales at the end of Secret Wars, because they're changing up, it's a soft reboot. Now, I've always been a person that said Jonathan Majors is going to be recast as Kang. They're not killing him off in the movie because they're going to use him again. So this goes right into what Nzo wanted to talk about.
Absolutely. And we have a little bit here where it says major comeback. Jonathan Major teases Marvel return in Kang multiverse after being dropped by Disney over domestic violence arrest. So let's just get to this real quick. It says the actor has had several Marvel multiverse projects already in production when he was fired by Disney following his assault and harassment conviction. All right. In the years since his December 2023 firing, Jonathan Majors, 36, has not been a part of any major projects in film or television. However, a rumor circulated this month that Jonathan Majors will reprise his role as Kang the Conqueror in the upcoming movie. When asked about reports that he is making a big return to Marvel, Jonathan Majors and his wife, fine wife, Megan Good, who was happily by his side, noticeably grinned ear to ear. I cannot say anything about that, he told the U.S. Sun at the Daytime Beauty Awards in Los Angeles on Sunday, trying to play coy but unable to hide his smile. When asked if there is a future Kang project specifically for him in the works, he again tried to play coy, but teased it by saying, well, it's a multiverse, so there's always that. Always a lot of opportunity for that, he spilled. Before adding, he was very glad to hear that some of the fans, me and Bryon, and a lot of us that did a lot of videos on Jonathan Majors, want him back. The U.S. Sun has reached out to Disney for comment. Jonathan Major was filed by Marvel, and we already know what that happens. But Bryon, what are your thoughts?
I've always thought that they're going to do this, that they're going to ask him at least. And if I think Jonathan Majors is smart, he's going to say, yeah, sure, I'll do that. But I don't want him to limit himself. Do not sign a contract until I have a movie in development. Do not become a Herschel Ali. There's a lot of other characters you can be. I talked about this yesterday. I want to see Icon.
Yes.
You know, and I'm telling you, I think he'll be the perfect Icon. What can we have? We have this right here. Superman, Icon. Worlds collide. That's what I really want. But because I think that'd be better for his entire career. I think that line would be better for him. But if he comes back as Kang, I'm fine with it. I want him to get all the things that he's lost because he didn't deserve to lose them.
I am so glad you said that. I'm going to full screen myself real quick because I have always been a fan of Jonathan Majors. I don't know when Bryon, and he'll tell me a little bit later, when he actually first got wind of Jonathan Majors. But for me, it was Lovecraft Country. And ever since I seen Lovecraft Country, I thought Jonathan Majors was absolutely amazing in that show. And I've been a fan ever since. Then he did The Harder the Fall, and that was it for me. But what happened to Jonathan Majors was an absolute travesty. Okay. So we're going to pretty much blackball him and destroy his career, right? For something that, and I'm going to break it down to you guys, what he was charged for, what he was found guilty of, because it was not enough to fire this man, not to mention blackball him to the point where he hasn't been, and you pretty much ruined his career. His career was ruined for this situation that happened, right? When we've seen the videos where he actually tried to run away from the situation. He tried to run away from the situation. You see, there were memes of this black dude running down the street, being chased by a white woman all over the place when this happened, right? But yet we still get to the court case and he still gets found guilty, even though we find out there was so much shady things in what happened to him. I don't know what he did to get blackballed like that. Maybe, like I said, they offered him a role. He didn't want to do it. And they said, all right, we're going to show you that you're not as powerful as you think you are. I don't know what it is. Buck breaking could be anything. But at the same time, he did not deserve to lose his career. He had Magazine Dreams, right? Magazine Dreams came out after all of it happened, but it was filmed before everything happened. And before everything happened, it was getting so much Oscar talk, it wasn't funny. Everybody was saying that he was either going to be nominated or actually win an Oscar for this movie. Now, most of us knew that this wasn't going to be the 50 million, $100 million movie, right? It just wasn't the genre. It wasn't that type of movie. But what we did know is that him just being nominated for the Oscar was going to propel him to levels like Denzel Washington type of levels, right? I think Jonathan Majors is one of the best actors to come out in the last 10 years. He's versatile. He can do so many different things. And the fact that they just railroaded this man's career to where he doesn't get nothing since it happened. James Gunn could have hired him, and I wish he would have. Somebody could have gave him something, and nobody gave him nothing for 2.5 years. And they didn't do it for this reason, because I'm going to show this real quick, because I decided to put it down, because if you guys check out my channel, I do actually have a video where I break down everything that happened. And here, let me bring this up here. All right. So let me share this here. So Jonathan Majors, these are the charges that he was charged with. He was charged with 4 charges, right? 2 not guilty, 2 guilty. So let's break it down real quick. The first one is assault, 3rd degree, right? It says physical injury, intentional. So what that basically means is that what happened in the fight was intentional. That means he meant to slap her. He meant to punch her in the face. He did want to hurt her. Found not guilty. Found not guilty. Second charge, aggravated harassment in the 2nd degree. Annoying and physical, right? Meaning harassment, calling all the time, hey, baby, this and that, and maybe a little bit of pushing and shoving and stuff like that. Harassment. Intentional. Not guilty. Right? So the 2 major points of this trial that they tried to get him to say he did this, he was found not guilty on. Now, what was he found guilty on? The first one is assault in the 3rd degree. It says physical injury, but it says reckless. What that basically means is that Jonathan Majors never meant to hurt her. So when he picked her up and put her in the car and she banged her head, he didn't do that on purpose. It was an accident, but it was reckless because he picked her up and put her in the car. So inside the car, they're fighting for his phone. She supposedly hurts her finger in that fight because he's trying to get his phone back. Her injury was because of Jonathan Majors, but it wasn't intentional. It was reckless, meaning he did not mean to do it. So for these charges that he found guilty means whatever happened to her was not intentional. He did not mean to do it. And the last charge was a harassment in the 2nd degree, which it says in brackets is not a crime. So it's called annoy. Basically, I would say, and I'm not too sure on the details, but I would say something like him walking down the street, seeing her, curse her out, blah, 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 this and that. He moves on. So that said, intentional, not a crime. It's basically like getting a ticket. So
it's like calling someone a lot too much, like or doing that is harassment. It's ringing up someone's doorbell or doing something like that, unwanted. That's what it's like.
Exactly. So what that basically means is the one charge that he was really charged with was recklessness, not anything on purpose. So that should show you that he never meant to hurt her. And there was no reason for him to get fired from his job for something that he did not mean to do. Shit happens. If you're going to take your man's phone or your girl's phone and you get hurt by trying to take something that's not your property, I'm sorry, that's not your fault. That's not his fault. That's her fault. But
I would always say this. It's very difficult in these type of situations. But the law has never been fair. And I think it's my responsibility to make sure that I'm not in situations where I can allow the law to get me.
I agree.
And the reason I say this is because I feel like Jonathan Majors did that a lot. He shouldn't have came back. He should have just said, "All right, I'm out, done." You know, when he's running away, he should just stay away from him. You know, that's what you have to do. You can't put yourself in that situation. I've been a Jonathan Majors fan since the last Black Man in San Francisco. I don't know if you saw that. You know, so it's not what it sounds. It's not end of the world. It's like gentrification. And he was like the guy that was, I'm going to be the last one staying here. So it's a very, very amazing thing. I think you can see that probably on Hulu. I think is when I saw it first. But yeah, I've been for years. This night is 2019. You know, so this is 6 years. I think he's a great actor, but you just want to make sure that you don't put yourself in these situations. And that's when you want to surround yourself with good people and people that you trust. And, you let this Grace Jabari person, be around you. And you probably should, it's no longer about, is it your fault? It's not anything, because you have what it is to lose. So you just gotta be careful. As a Black man, I always say you have to be careful about what you do and people you put around you. And it doesn't matter if it's his fault, because it's not. It doesn't matter anymore. It's about, unfortunately, in this world, you just gotta watch out. Can't trust.
Absolutely, 100%. And I'm right there with you, Fernando. # bring back Jonathan Majors. Right, that is exactly. Now I know, and we're gonna get into the next topic too, which is the Marvel T'Challa stuff. So I know Bryon is passionate about that too, and I get it. I 100% understand why people are upset with the T'Challa stuff and all of that. I get it, but for me, I'm more like, I want to see a brother get, to another level. I want to see a brother get paid. And for you to take that away from this man.
But I don't think that's what Kang is right now. I think.
What do you mean?
Honestly, I don't think that him returning as Kang is him getting paid. I don't think that needs to be what I think that was an opportunity. And if that would have worked out, he had multiple movie deals and they were going to bring him up as his big bad from before, that's good. Then that's a great opportunity. Now it almost be like going backwards. I think now he needs to go ahead and look at, I need to be a superhero. I need to be something special. I need to be something that's going to stand out forever. I don't want you to say, you've taken this away from me now. Now I can't go back to it. Now you don't want to ever say no to Marvel anymore. Let's say, wait, if you want to look at it, say, okay, because if I get a little older and I want to be Blue Marvel, if I want to do something like that, I think those would be better things for him overall. I think Kang now is just it's over for him. I don't think he should allow them. They shouldn't get the benefit of his acting prowess for that character anymore.
You see, here's the thing, and I don't disagree with you, but I think at least it's the stepping stone. It's like, oh, well, Marvel brought him back, right? Because it's the same thing with James Gunn, right? They fired James Gunn, then unfortunately, DC was like, oh, we're taking James Gunn, which is kind of what I was hoping James Gunn would do with Jonathan Majors, right? Because you have a lot of Black characters in the DC that you can use Jonathan Majors for. So I was kind of hoping he would have done that, but he didn't. That's nor here nor there. But I think that at least it's like, oh, Marvel forgave him. Marvel brought him back. Now it's like everybody can start working with Jonathan Majors again, right? Because that's where it has to be.
You have to forgive me. I hate the idea. I just it doesn't sit well with me. That's all I'm saying. That anything you're saying, I disagree. It doesn't sit well that they have to say it's okay.
No, I agree
someone else
take
a chance on this man. Show how good he is, and you will see what a quality person he is. You stand by your own morals, and it's opportunity you to get my acting prowess too.
I agree.
And if I want another company 100%. To go ahead and bring him on, see what he could be, make him the Black Superman. That's what Icon really is. Let him be that.
Hey, let's me.
Franchise around that. So I want those type of things.
You know me, brother. I am definitely down for a Black Superman. You know that. And you can call him Clark Kent if you want to. I
don't need all that. I don't need to go. I don't need Valzad or any of that. I'm saying Icon is already there. He's been a Black superhero from day one. You own Milestone characters. Let's go ahead and do that then. Figure out the whole thing. Let Milestone get paid for that. Let's have those things, because it'll be Icon. It's talking about Static Shock. We're talking about Steel. The Blood Syndicate. We're talking about these other characters. Bring that in sometimes too. I want him to be part of that movement, because not just for him, but for other ones behind him.
Agreed. I agree. I can agree with you on that. But guys, let us know what you think. Do you want to see the Spider-Verse? Are you excited for that? Are you want to see Jonathan Majors back in the MCU or even in the DCU? Let us know what you guys think about that. We will be moving on to the next topic. I appreciate all you guys. I know you guys are like, oh, comments in there. But we're kind of running a little late, so we'll probably skip the comments for this one, right? Because Bryon does have some place to go. So we want to get into...
But we agree with you, Fernando, Maria. I'm reading what you guys said, but even with Danny, Danny a little bit of haterism on him. But I hear what you guys are saying, and I definitely agree with you guys. I think it's important for us to say that you guys are reason why we do this, and I agree. This is great. I agree.
Absolutely, 100%. Of course, Danny is going to hate, but guys, let's move on to the next topic. Thank you, everybody. Much appreciated. Let's do it.
All right. We're just gonna let's just go right to Marvel Zombies. Let's talk about Marvel Zombies.
Here we go.
I don't know if you guys got the chance to watch this. 4 episodes. Marvel put a lot of money into it. They spent a lot of money going into Marvel Zombies. Episode 1. I mean, if you really want to break it down, episode 1, I'm watching that. I'm like, man, I see what's going on. I'm feeling it a little bit. Riwi's in this a little bit. It's fine. I'm okay with Kamala Khan. I'm feeling this a little bit. All right. Episode 2 is like, okay, this is good. This is a lot of death, a lot of violence. This is going to be real good. I'm enjoying what's going on. This is great. I understand. And the end of it, I'm like, did they say that the child's going to be in this? Okay, I know it was a speaking part, and then episode 3 happens, and I'm watching it, and I understand what's going on. I'm watching Peter Parker, or the voice of Peter Parker, wherever, is explaining the sacrifice that T'Challa did for the world. Okay, and once again, not for the first time. Not for the second time, not for the third time. For the 4th time, they kill off T'Challa, my favorite character. I'm trying.
Oh, my bad. Hold on. Let me do this because I know the rant is coming. So we're going to do this. Let's go.
Look, I don't even want to. I don't want to get too angry anymore. I'm tired of getting angry. I'm tired of saying the same thing. But the 4th time you've killed T'Challa, and so we've already, he dies in Black Panther. It's fine, And what if he gets bit? He dies in What If, right? Infinity War, he snapped, he goes away. For the 4th time, they go in and kill T'Challa again. They won't recast him. They won't let him be voiced. You won't let him say anything, and you decide to kill him. And they said, this is our goodbye to him. We're saying, hey, we're honoring him again. We're honoring him again by killing him for the 4th time. What? And then, I know it's Marvel Zombies, so a lot of characters die. But who has died as many times as T'Challa? With this great movement that we've been talking about, recast T'Challa. How many times can we still do this? How can you look me in the eye and say this is not intentional? You hear what we're saying. You hear it. So then you go and kill him again? We all talk about Wakanda Forever. Why? Why are you doing this? You don't have to. You can send him up in space. We just talk about what Killmonger. You don't have to kill these characters. Why are you doing it?
Well, hold on, Bryon. Let me say this. Because we watched Gen V, right? And one of the main actors in that show didn't die. And they didn't recast him. So what do you got to say about that?
Yeah, the guy who has 1 season of a made-up show. Okay, not the guy who has 274 comic books he's part of everything, the fabric of what's going on in Marvel. The greatest Black character ever. We want to compare it to just any other guy. The greatest Black character of all time. He's not just a man. He's a good man, because we talked about it, he's a good man. He's a genius, right? I know Nzo did this on purpose. He's a genius. He's a king. He honors his country no matter what. He becomes an Avenger. But even when he becomes an Avenger, he still comes back to his country because he leads them. And he said it's hard for a good man to be king, but yet we get a good man who got to be king. A good man who's been raised by his mother and father, who was bred to do these things. He had a father in his life. He has his mother in his life. He understood the family values. He pushed up his sister. He's taught her everything she knows to make her as great as possible. Yet you don't understand who the character is, and then you kill him again. And then the report that they went to Ryan Coogler, right? They went to Ryan Coogler and asked him, what do you think we should do with this character? And he's said, okay, he's gatekeeping T'Challa from us. Why can't we recast him? Why can't you keep the character alive? Chadwick Boseman is a great man. And I'm sure he wanted you to take the greatest black hero and gatekeep him from us ever seeing any other stories from him. That must be what he wanted. This is ridiculous. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of every time you're ruining my other shows. This is the opportunity for us to talk about what we finally got. Blade, even though it's country, we got Blade in it, right? Even though it wasn't Mahershala Ali. We finally have it. I could start talking about this, but it seems to me like it's that it's only could be one mindset. It could only be one. So I can't have another character that matters. I am so tired of you killing off the damn character and not just admitting that you made a mistake. And it's funny because we see Spider-Verse. We just talked about that last topic, right? That they're going to release this movie, at least on Juneteenth. Try to get black people to come in and Black Wall Street to support this stuff. You saw it happen for Black Panther. And then what do you do for this character? You continue to kill him off. You should be ashamed of yourself. I'm tired of doing it. And it's getting to a point where, like, my favorite character, it's a Marvel character, but I might have to walk away from Marvel. I might have to walk away because I'm just tired. I'm just tired. You come back on Amazon because I'm just, it's infuriating.
Love it. Love it. And I feel your passion. You know what I mean? And I completely understand that because I watched a video and they made an actual good point where it's like, you don't have Mahershala Ali, right? You don't have his voice in there. So you have a voice actor pretending to be him. So why couldn't you have done that? Why couldn't you could have had T'Challa narrating his
own scene? Yeah. Why couldn't you have him take the gauntlet from Thanos? Why couldn't he have his own Tony Stark moment?
And I'll say this because and I get it. Everybody, like a lot of people died in that. So I get it. You wanted to give him, I guess, what would be his heroic moment, but you could have done it in a better way. And you could have had someone voice acting. Now, I kind of get why they did it, because if you go back and you watch the actual What If Zombie episode, it is narrated by Spider-Man. So I think they were trying to continue that. But at the same time, if you are saying that you want to honor Chadwick Boseman, you want to honor T'Challa, then you have a voice actor doing it and you have him die in, like you said, an Iron Man way.
And what if when the zombies, they killed him?
Yeah.
So why did you bring it back to kill him again?
No, they didn't kill him in the What If. They killed him in one of them, but they didn't kill him in the zombie one. Yeah, but they did kill him in one of them.
So why are you continuing to bring the character back to kill? You didn't have to have him at all. If you're gonna do it, I'd rather him not be there at all. No, you know who owns the property? If you want someone to care about something, then you follow what's going on. You follow what the comic books are. You follow the character. You give us that. I don't care what storyline you use. Just give us that. I know it's so infuriating because these are things that people are saying. These are the things that people are saying. And
that's a good job, Daddy. We wanted to rant.
No, I'm trying to stay as calm as possible because I know on Thursday night I was ready to burst. I was ready to burst. I'm trying to stay calm, but I'm trying to say to everyone, people care. People care about these characters. Why do people love superheroes? You know, They see themselves, the best of themselves
in a
these
superhero.
Absolutely. And that's what T'Challa was. He wasn't just the first, he's the best of all these superheroes. When you talk about, it's talked about he was raised in a black family. He is one of the smartest ever. His family is staying, they keeps them together. They continue to have generational wealth. They have generational honor. They have values. He has all that. He becomes king, but still cares about every person in his kingdom. And everything, all they've been doing now ever since is trying to tear that down. You don't do that to Superman. You don't do that to Batman. Or is James going to go into DC and say, you know, we're getting rid of Bruce Wayne? We had enough Clark Kent stories. We already had a century of Clark Kent. Let's get rid of him. It's a mantle. Let's pass it down. He has a son. Let's just pass it down. And then the son, you're going to go ahead, take away all the family structure. You're going to take him out of his damn country. You're going to take him away from he doesn't have his father to raise him. You take away everything that makes T'Challa special. You take it away and then say, look, we gave you T'Challa. What? He doesn't have any education. He doesn't have the father. He doesn't have a grandfather. He doesn't have a kingdom. He doesn't even understand who he is. And you're going to scream, remember who you are? And you're going to tell me that's the one? We should follow that? You missed a whole important part of what happened with Black Panther 1. You don't leave them alone. It takes a village to raise these kids. You bring them home. You take him away and you feel like T'Challa didn't even learn his own damn lesson that he argued. And then you tell us, but it's T'Challa. You guys, honestly, you should be ashamed of yourself.
You know what? I just had a thought, Bryon. Whenever I say something in your comment, you guys got to get you were wrong. You were all wrong for a super chat. So anytime I come in there and say the Batman is crappy, you were wrong. You were all wrong.
It's happening. That's definitely happening. Oh my! It's infuriating and doesn't. I just don't understand why they continue to do this and why Ryan Coogler, who supposed to be the next great black director, he's doing these things. Why are you continuously doing this and killing all of our characters? And why do we always have to have black trauma being part of your stuff? I don't understand. And I think we deserve better. And I want to get better. I demand better, or you're gonna lose us.
Facts. 100%. You know what I mean? And there are a bunch of people who are already fed up and they're about to be out with Marvel because of what they're doing to T'Challa. So I can definitely agree with that. But guys, great rant, Bryon. Appreciate it. That's going to be fire when we break this up and put it up as videos. Damn right. Damn right. Absolutely. But guys, that's the show for today. Much appreciated to everybody that came in here and, kept it going. I do apologize that we didn't get to some of the comments at the end. But again, like Bryon's has to bounce out and stuff like that. Yeah. But we'll make sure to do better next time. We'll make sure to get all of it. But sometimes life gets in the way. You know what I'm saying? Bryon, one last time, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Yo, I'm still 1/3 of Spoil the Kings. Cannot wait. Monday, Thursday, and Saturday night, we're going to be doing another Expanse episode. So we'll do episode 4, 5, maybe 6, depending on what's going on. Of the Expanse. The Expanse is fire. They got comic books to go off with it. So I know people are upset that you lost the season 6. Don't worry about it. We got more Expanse stories. I'll tell you about that. We'll watch the Expanse together. Join us tonight at 9:30.
Absolutely. One last question for you, Bryon. Is Ryan Coogler selling out?
I feel like Ryan Coogler is taking his own personal relationship over the character, over the importance to the community. And you have to understand that. I understand that. And I even give him a pass for the first time. But don't continue to be a gatekeeper. Don't continue to understand. I see what you guys are saying. I'm hurt right now. You should have just didn't step away from the story. You didn't have to kill him off the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And Wakanda Forever, they could have sent him into space and we could have had the intergalactic kingdom of Wakanda later. Put it on pause. Stop killing my favorite character.
Absolutely. And with that being said, peace, love, and hair grease. We were out. We will be back next week with another episode of The Rewind. Thank you, everybody that came in. We appreciate you. We out. Peace.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.